Hello everyone, we have an interesting topic for today, and that is data analytics jobs, career and salary. I will run you through the top 6 data analytics job roles. So before I dive deep into the various job roles, let's quickly understand how important a career in data analytics is and what the future holds for professionals in this domain. Let's take a look at the growth of data. So back in the early 2000s, there was relatively less data generated. But with the rapid rise in technologies and with the increase in the number of various social media platforms and multinational companies across the globe, the generation of data has increased by leaps and bounds. Did you know that according to the IDC, the total volume of data is expected to reach 175 zettabytes in 2025? Now that's a lot of data. Let's take a look at how organizations leverage all of this data. As you know, there are zillions of companies across the world. These companies generate loads of data on a daily basis. When I say data here, it simply refers to business information, customer data, customer feedback, product innovations, sales reports, and profit loss reports, to name a few. Companies utilize all of this data in a wise way. They use all of this information to make crucial decisions that can either hamper or boost their businesses. You might have heard of the term data is the new oil. Well, it definitely is, but only if organizations analyze all the available data very well, then this oil is definitely valuable. And for that, we have data analytics. Organizations take the help of data analytics to convert the available raw data into meaningful insights. So what is data analytics? Technically, you can say it is a process wherein data is collected from various sources, then cleaned, which involves removing irrelevant information, and then finally transformed into some meaningful information that can be interpreted by humans. Various technologies, tools, and frameworks are used in the analysis process. As you might have heard of the term data never sleeps. Well, it surely doesn't. Every millisecond, some or the other data is generated, and this is a constant process. This process is only going to increase in the near future with the advent of newer technologies. The data analytics domain holds paramount importance in every sector. Companies want to leverage on all the generated big data and boost their businesses. They need professionals who can play with data and convert them into crucial insights. Organizations are constantly on the lookout for such candidates, and this opportunity will only increase as data is only going to grow every second. So if you want to start your career in this field, or if you want to switch your job role into a role in the data analytics domain, then we have a set of job profiles that you can look at. We will look into 6 job roles in the data analytics field and learn what each job role is all about, the responsibilities of a professional working in that particular role, the skills required to get that particular job, the average annual salary of a professional working in that role, and finally the company's hiring for that role. So let's start off. First, we have the job role of a data analyst. A data analyst is a person who collects, processes, and performs statistical analysis of large data sets. Every business generates and collects data, be it marketing research, sales figures, logistics, or transportation costs. A data analyst will take this data and figure out a variety of measures, such as how to price new materials, how to reduce transportation costs, or how to deal with issues that cost the company money. They deal with data handling, data modeling, and reporting. Now, talking about their responsibilities, data analysts recognize and understand the organization's goal. They collaborate with different team members such as programmers, business analysts, engineers, and data scientists to identify opportunities for solving business problems. Data analysts write complex SQL queries, scripts, and store procedures to gather and extract information from multiple databases. They filter and clean data using different modern tools and techniques and make it ready for analysis. They also perform data mining from primary and secondary data sources. Data analysts identify, analyze, and interpret trends in complex data sets. This is done using statistical tools such as R and SAS. Another key responsibility of a data analyst is to create summary reports and build various data visualizations for decision making and presenting it to the stakeholders. Next, let us discuss the important skills that you need to know to become a data analyst. Firstly, you should have a bachelor's degree in computer science or information technology. A master's degree in computer applications or statistics is also preferable. You must have a good understanding of programming languages like R, Python, JavaScript, and also understand SQL. In addition to that, it is beneficial if you have hands-on experience with statistical and data analytics tools such as SAS Miner, Microsoft Excel, and SSAS. Basic understanding of machine learning and its algorithms would be an advantage. Acquaint yourself with descriptive, predictive, prescriptive, and inferential statistics. Most importantly, you need to have a good working knowledge of various data visualization software along with presentation skills. This will help you pitch in your ideas and viewpoints to the clients and stakeholders better. Now, talking about their salaries, a data analyst earns nearly 5,23,000 rupees per annum in India, while in the United States they earn around $62,453 per annum. Let's now look at a few of the companies hiring data analysts. So as you can see, we have the American e-commerce giant Amazon, then we have Microsoft, the American online payment company PayPal, then we have Walmart, Bloomberg, and Capital One. So that was all about data analyst. The next job role is of a business analyst. Business analysts help guide businesses in improving products, services, and software through data-driven solutions. They are responsible for bridging the gap between IT and business using data analytics to evaluate processes, determine requirements, and deliver data-driven recommendations and reports to executives and stakeholders. Business analysts are responsible for creating new models that support business decisions and come up with initiatives and strategies to optimize costs. Now let us look at the various responsibilities of a business analyst. Business analysts have a good understanding of the requirements for business. Their vital role is to work in accordance with relevant project stakeholders to understand their requirements and translate them into details which the developers can understand. They frequently interact with developers and come up with a plan to design the layout of a software application. They also run meetings with stakeholders and other authorities. They engage with business leaders and users to understand how data-driven changes to products, services, software, and hardware can improve efficiencies and add value. They ensure that the project is running smoothly as per the requirements and the design planned through user acceptance and validation testing. They make sure all the features are being incorporated into the application. BAs rely on different software to write documentation and design visualization to explain all the findings. It is extremely critical for any BA to effectively document the findings where each requirement of the client is mentioned in detail. Now let us look at the skills required for a BA. A bachelor's degree in the field of science, engineering, or statistics or any related domain will suffice. Knowledge of programming languages such as Python and Java is beneficial. You should be really good at writing complex SQL queries, and you should also have knowledge of various business process models. Along with knowledge of programming languages, ideas about statistical analysis and predictive modeling is necessary. Decision-making, strong analytical and problem-solving skills are necessary to solve software and business issues. You also need to have excellent presentation and communication skills, both oral and written. Moving on to their salary, a business analyst is expected to earn around 7 lakh rupees per annum in India. In the US, they earn nearly $68,346 per annum. IQVIA, Dell, Philips, Honeywell, the famous American messaging platform WhatsApp, the UK-based company Ernst & Young are few of the companies hiring for business analysts. Up next, we have the job role of a database administrator. A database administrator is a specialized computer systems administrator who maintains a successful database environment, by directing or performing all related activities to keep the organization's data secure. They are responsible for storing, organizing, and retrieving data from several databases and data warehouses. Their top responsibility is to maintain data integrity. This means that database administrator will ensure that the data is secure from unauthorized access. Moving on to their responsibilities. A database administrator develops, designs, and maintains a database to ensure that the data in it is properly stored, organized, and managed well. They maintain data integrity by avoiding unauthorized access, and they keep databases up to date. They run tests and modify the existing databases to ensure that they operate reliably. They also inform end users of changes in databases and train them to utilize systems. They need to cooperate with programmers, data analysts, and the IT staffs to ensure smooth running and maintenance of databases. Database administrators are responsible for taking system backups in case of power outages and other disasters. So they should have an efficient disaster recovery plan. Now let's have a look at their skills. To become a database administrator, you should have a bachelor's degree in computer science or information technology. Knowledge of programming languages such as Python, Java, and Scala is important. You need to carry at least 3 to 5 years of experience in data management. You need to have an understanding of different databases such as Oracle DB, MongoDB, MySQL Server, and PostgreSQL. Also, they should have an idea about database design and writing SQL queries. Finally, you need to have a good understanding of operating systems such as Windows, Mac OS, and Linux, along with storage technologies. Talking about their salary, a database administrator in India can earn up to 4,97,000 rupees per annum. In the US, they earn around $78,000 per annum. Let's have a look at the companies hiring for database administrators. So as you see, here we have BookMyShow, Oracle, the American MNC Intel, Amazon, Robert Half, and the New York Times, to name a few. Fourth in the list of job roles, we have data engineer. A data engineer is someone who's involved in preparing data for analytical and operational uses. A data engineer transforms data into useful format for analysis. They build and test scalable big data ecosystems for businesses. A data engineer is an intermediary between a data analyst and a data scientist. Now let's jump into their responsibilities. Data engineers develop, test, and maintain architectures. They are responsible for managing, optimizing, and monitoring data retrieval, storage, and distribution throughout the organization. They discover opportunities for data acquisition, find trends in datasets, and develop algorithms to help make raw data more useful to the enterprise. Data engineers build large data warehouses using ETL for storing and retrieving data. They also recommend ways to improve data quality and efficiency, along with building algorithms to help give easier access to raw data. Data engineers often work with big data and submit their reports to data scientists for analysis purpose. They need to recommend and sometimes implement ways to improve data reliability, efficiency, and quality. Moving on to the skills of a data engineer. A data engineer should hold a bachelor's degree in computer science or information technology. They should have good hands-on experience with Python, R, and Java. Also, data engineers should be well-versed with big data technologies such as Hadoop, Apache Spark, Scala, Cassandra, and MongoDB. Data warehousing and ETL experience are essential to this position, along with in-depth knowledge of SQL and other database solutions. Basic knowledge of statistical analysis will be an advantage, along with idea about operating systems. Here is what a data engineer can earn. So in India, a data engineer can earn up to 8,85,000 rupees per annum, while they can earn around $103,000 a year in the USA. We have Capgemini, Shutterstock, the American provider of stock photography, Spotify, Accenture, Genpact, and Facebook hiring data engineers. The next exciting job role is of a data scientist. A data scientist is a professional who uses statistical methods, data analysis techniques, machine learning, and related concepts in order to understand and analyze data to draw business conclusions. They make sense to messy and unstructured data and bring value out of it. They employ techniques and theories drawn from many fields within the context of mathematics, statistics, computer science, and information science. A data scientist understands the challenges in business and comes up with the best solutions using modern tools and techniques to analyze, visualize, and build prediction models to make business decisions. Let us now look at their responsibilities in the industries. Data scientists clean, process, and manipulate data using several data analytics tools. They perform ad hoc data mining, collect large sets of structured and unstructured data from disparate sources. They design and evaluate advanced statistical models to work on big data. They also create automated anomaly detection systems and keep constant track of their performance. Data scientists interpret the analysis of big data to discover solutions and opportunities. A data scientist takes input from data analysts and engineers to formulate the results. They use visualization packages and tools to create reports and dashboards for relevant stakeholders. They also adopt new business models and approaches. Apart from this, they regularly build predictive models and machine learning algorithms. Now moving on to the skills of a data scientist. A bachelor's degree in computer science or information technology will be fine. But a master's degree in the field of data science will hold a major advantage. You also need to have a good experience in the analytics domain. You should be proficient in programming languages such as Python, Java, and C++. Knowledge of Perl will also be an advantage. Familiarity with Apache Hive, Pig, and Apache Spark is necessary along with the knowledge of Hadoop. In addition to knowing programming languages, you also need to know SQL, machine learning, and deep learning. Data visualization and BI skills are necessary for creating reports and dashboards. You should also be able to communicate and present information and ideas properly. Now talking about their salary, a data scientist in India can expect an annual salary of 10,47,000 rupees per year. Meanwhile, in the US, they can earn up to $113,000 per annum. That's a lot of money. From the many companies hiring for data scientists, here we have a few companies named. They are, yet again, Amazon, Citibank, Apple, Google, the Japanese electronic commerce and online retailing company Rakuten, and Facebook. And finally, we have machine learning engineer. Machine learning engineers are professionals who develop intelligent machines that can learn from vast amounts of data and apply knowledge without human intervention. They use different algorithms and statistical modeling to make sense of data. They design and develop machine learning and deep learning algorithms. Their main goal is to create self-running software. Let's have a look at the responsibilities of a machine learning engineer. Machine learning engineers research, design, and develop machine learning systems. They use exceptional mathematical skills in order to perform faster computations and work with algorithms to create sophisticated models. They perform A/B testing and use data modeling to fine-tune the results. They use data modeling and evaluation strategy to find hidden patterns and predict unseen instances. Machine learning engineers work closely with data engineers to build data pipelines and interact with stakeholders to get a clarity on the requirements. Most importantly, they analyze complex data sets to verify data quality, perform model tests and experiments, choose to implement the right machine learning algorithm, and select the right training data sets. Moving on to their skills. A machine learning engineer should have a degree in computer science and information technology. They should have an advanced degree in computer science or maths. In addition to this, they should also have experience in the same domain. They should be proficient in programming languages such as Python, R, C++, and Java. Knowledge of statistics, probability, and linear algebra is necessary as all the machine learning algorithms have been derived from mathematics. Also, having an idea of signal processing would be beneficial. Machine learning engineers need to have a good understanding of data manipulation and machine learning libraries such as NumPy, Pandas, Scikit-learn, etc. They should have good oral and written communication skills. Let us now have a look at their salary structure. A machine learning engineer earns 8 lakh rupees per annum in India, while in the US they can earn around $114,000 a year. Now that's a whopping amount, isn't it? Let's have a look at the companies hiring machine learning engineers. So as you see, we have Amazon, Microsoft, Oracle, Salesforce, Rapido, and Accenture to name a few. That was all about the job role of a machine learning engineer. Now that we have seen the different job roles in the field of data analytics, let's also go ahead and see how an ideal resume of a data analyst should look like. Seen on your screens is a sample resume of a data analyst. You can grab some ideas from this and incorporate them in your resume. Nowadays, it's quite common to have a professional photograph of yours on the resume. You can go ahead and have that. Then your name in bold, followed by your contact details like email ID and phone number. Then moving on, you would have to write a summary. Briefly explain your current job role and what you're looking for in the future. Having a LinkedIn profile link works well these days. Employers can just go ahead and look at your profile and gauge you well. Make sure to have an active LinkedIn profile. In addition to LinkedIn profile, it's also good to have a GitHub profile link which can show your coding or other technical skills. If it's impressive enough, then a lot of times the rest of your resume is just secondary. As I mentioned, this is a resume of a data analyst. So as you can see in the summary here, we have just spoken about the basic responsibilities of a data analyst. Moving on to the experience part, you have to write the job title and below that you can mention the company and the tenure accordingly. Here you would have to give a brief description of achievements in the organization, any relevant accomplishments related to the job you're applying for, the tools and the various technologies you have worked with. So in the sample, you can see we have spoken about data visualization using R and Tableau. Next, we have spoken about how the candidate has worked with other teams for a better business outcome. Most of the data analysts use SQL and Excel to handle data for reporting and database maintenance, and we have mentioned that here as well. Do make sure that you always specify the tools you use. Then you can also mention if you have worked on improving data delivery. For example, here we have spoken about developing and optimizing SQL queries, data aggregations, and ETL to improve data delivery. Finally, you can speak a bit about your reporting skills and if needed, elaborate on it. Usually, professionals would have worked in a similar domain before becoming a data analyst. Here, we have taken the role of a statistical assistant as the first job, since it's easier for a candidate with this job role to shift into the data analytics field. Nevertheless, y'all can still mention your prior experience here, be it in any domain. Under the responsibilities for this job role, we have given basics such as coding data prior to computer entry, compiling statistics from various reports, computing and analyzing data, and finally some visualization and reporting. Moving to the education, here you can mention the name of your degree and the university name. If you have a post-graduation, well and good, you can list both the degrees here. Also, if you have any certifications, you can mention them here under the education category. Now moving to the skills. Depending on your skills and your choice, you can either shift this part to the beginning of the resume or have it here. As you see on your screens, this is just a different way of displaying your skill sets. You can have all the 5 stars colored if you are excellent in that particular tool or language. As you see, it's crystal clear as to what the candidate's strong areas are. You can have various categories like shown. For example, under software development, you can list the languages that you know and how proficient you are in those particular languages. It's clear that the candidate knows Python better than JavaScript here. So the employer gets a clear idea about the skills you possess and the depth of it. Similarly, you can mention the databases as well. The few mentioned here are more or less a requirement to become a data analyst. At least, SQL is a must. Not to forget, data visualization is also very important when it comes to the job role of a data analyst. Mention the tools you know here and similarly give yourself a rating out of 5. 5 stars shaded being the highest. Here we have mentioned Tableau and Excel, which are more than sufficient to become a data analyst. Moving to the non-technical skills, you can mention the languages you know here. Here we have taken English and German. In addition to the languages, you can also feel free to mention the extracurricular activities that you are good at. So this is how an ideal resume of a data analyst should look like. You can alter it according to your achievements, skills, and experience. That brings us to the end of this video. We hope you have found this informative and helpful. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to the Simplilearn channel. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more from Simplilearn.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.